Hey gamers, Forrest here. As we wrap up the year 2024, it's somewhat safe to say it has been packed with epic releases. But before we truly end on 2024, the best is yet to come. So stick around because these are the games you won't want to miss. Let's jump in and check out the hottest titles dropping this December. First game on our list is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This highly anticipated game apparently set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Crusade. For you Indiana Jones guru folks, which for me personally has been a hot minute since I've been invested in watching the film. This game will feature narratives from the film collections, but for this video game adaptation, we'll play as Mr. Jones here, moving through the 1930s to the early period of World War II. Which is indeed going to be crazy. I wonder if we'll see some of the actions of an early access power. Sorry I had to bring that up, but I do enjoy my history and always like to see video games play and work around those time periods. We'll fight off various groups who are seeking a power aligned with the Great Circle. Apparently game mechanic wise, we'll be able to play mainly in first person view, along with third person view during certain interactions, such as grabbing undiscovered items and obviously during certain cutscenes. Along with gameplay mechanics, you will have the option to play stealthy or go in swinging with the iconic whip that Jones possesses. Also combat wise, we'll engage with hand-to-hand combat a lot, with essential combat power-ups that allow for harder punches, and you'll be able to pick up items to help finish off your opposing foe, which for me is going to be interesting, because again, as someone who isn't as familiar with all the Indiana Jones lore, I've never seen the character use firearms, which I don't know, that could be me being dumb and not remembering. I legit hope Machine Games can pull this off, as they're the developers for this game, which they're the ones who have helped with, I don't know if some of you have played it, but Wolfenstein, which is another oldish time game, so they have been around for a long time now. Which I guess is a plus, and it means that they must be doing something right in the gaming developing world to still be going. And I know for a fact, Bethesda being publishers for the Great Circle, they are indeed a heavy hitter with developing these single player type games, such as Dishonored, Doom, Hi-Fi Rush, just to name a few. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is releasing December 9th for the PCs, the Xboxes, as an exclusive with a possible PS5 release later on. Second big shot of a game of December is Marvel Rivals. It's a shooter here developed by NetEase Games, a somewhat under the radar studio and publisher. They've had recent success with Once Human on Steam. But Marvel Rivals is a third person view hero shooter where players will battle on a 6v6 layered map, where we'll also be able to change the battlefield with destructible environments being in the game. I can't wait to see how the Hulk, Spider-Man, and Captain America play in this game, because apparently each hero will have their own special perks and abilities, called Hero Synergy. I don't know why that sounds almost like a gas company name, but whatever. People who have had their hands on the beta are saying pretty good things about this one, with combat and how fast the game plays. I don't know, to me, especially if I check out reviews and actually watch the footage, this game seems to be leaning towards the side of an Overwatch game. Just with, in my opinion, a little bit more style to it. I don't know, I guess that's just me. The Marvel Rivals Twitter or X page recently released news / a roadmap for the game, with the creative director saying there will be 33 playable heroes at the launch of the game, but only 27 playable characters have been announced. I wonder if the homegirl Natasha Romanoff will be one of the characters that we'll be able to play with. Marvel Rivals is releasing December 6th on PlayStations, Xboxes, and the PCs. Don't miss out on our latest adventures. Subscribe today if you made it this far in the video. You might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button and help the channel grow so you can become a part of the Twisted Forest crew so you'll never miss an upload, as obviously it helps out. Now back to the video. Third game of December is Delta Force. Not really sure when the official date, but Delta Force is a tactical FPS shooter with various different game modes to battle on. You'll be able to move around and customize with operators that each have their own abilities. The game is set in present day, which is definitely cool to me because honestly I think we need more FPS shooters set in present day rather than jumping deep in the future. I'd personally like a game set with more modern weapons and vehicles instead of the futuristic stuff that most of us IRL won't even be able to experience. But Delta Force is being developed and published by Novalogic. They've been making this game series pretty much since the late 90s to the early 2000s. That's honestly insane to think about. Delta Force, you'll be able to play apparently a free multiplayer with microtransactions, but that's been reported to be an optional feature, which is nice because if you're a gamer, we all know what that entails, which is normally pay to win schemes. But so far, thank goodness the devs have announced they're against pay to win elements, while adding a separate game currency for skins and additional cosmetics. Now, while researching a bit of this game, people have compared it to Battlefield, and some saying this is what Battlefield 2042 should have been, which is another thing to think about. Also, Delta Force will indeed feature a single player called Black Hawk Down, which has been reported to be inspired by the actual film Black Hawk Down. As you fight Somali armed forces, you can tag along with a buddy. Honestly, I've been needing a game similar to this for my gaming library, so I'll definitely check it out. Delta Force will release December 4th, first on PC, with the console release later on. The last game on our December list is Path of Exile 2. If you don't know what this game is or what even it entails, well, it's a free-to-play action RPG developed by Grinding Gear Games. Apparently, it's a sequel to Path of Exile, the first edition. Game mechanic-wise, it brings a new skill system with a reported 240 skill gems and supports upward of 200 skills. We'll be introduced to 12 character classes that have 3 ascendancy classes, and also your obvious new weapons like new crossbows and melee weapons. Also new traps. I honestly legit can't wait to see people enact these different gadgets and crafts to the game. I myself never really played the series, but I did enjoy, dibbling and dabbling, watching YouTubers and live streamers of people raging at the game. Path of Exile 2 is slated to release December 6th as an early access copy on your PCs, Xboxes, and your PS5s. The last game on our jolly list is Ark 2. Ark 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to Ark Survival Evolved, a popular open-world survival game that combines dinosaurs, action, and adventure in a dangerous prehistoric world. Developed by Studio Wildcard, Ark 2 promises to expand on the formula of its previous edition, while introducing new mechanics and a new technology. While the release date for Ark 2 is a little bit funky, it's set for 2024, which at this point is gonna either be announced or another delay, which is definitely a huge thing because the devs and publisher have been in a rocky slump lately. Players will experience a new narrative following the central character Santiago. Portrayed by Vin Diesel, who plays a key role in the game's storyline, the character of Santiago will be part of an ancient group of survivors who must navigate a world ruled by deadly creatures and survival challenges. Mechanic-wise of what we know so far is unlike the first game, which was primarily in first person. Ark 2 introduces a new third-person perspective as the default view. This will provide a more immersive cinematic experience while exploring the world and engaging in combat obviously. There will still be the option to switch to first person for those who prefer it. Sadly, this is where there's been a lot of speculation by the Ark community of the combat being like a Soul-like game, which to me, man, I gotta say is meh. Ark 2 promises to elevate its combat mechanics, incorporating melee combat like swords, axes, spears, and more, as well as ranged weapons, bows, crossbows, guns, that type of thing. Taming dinosaurs will remain a central gameplay mechanic, but with enhanced features, including mounting and riding various creatures. New AI systems will make creatures feel more intelligent and reactive to their environment, which can lead to more strategic interaction with them. Ark 2, again, from what the devs have said, is that Ark 2 will release at the end of 2024 as it's approaching. Will be very interesting to see if they actually keep their word.
Lights out, old friend.